One of the persons that testified before us today, I forget who it was, but if you have a memory regarding what was being asked, it was for resources for training people in Afghanistan to be able to continue on with facilities, and he referenced utilities and water treatment facilities and others that we are building with American dollars on the credit card. And I don't know whether my colleagues from Florida had experiences with the past executive leader of the Army Corps of Engineers. But he left Florida very recently for Afghanistan. And this is after getting a pretty good grip on something that is critical to all of us in this nation and in Florida with the treasure that we have in the Everglades. Now he's in Afghanistan, and I had a meeting with him dealing with water issues in South Florida. And he regretted very much that he was having to leave, and he wasn't particularly, he's a do what I'm required to do kind of person, but was not particularly of a mind to believe that when he went there and did the things that he was going to do ostensibly to help them, that it was going to last. Now, you all have heard me say this an awful lot, and I mean it from the bottom of my heart. It hurt me a lot to spend almost a decade trying to get a water treatment facility in one of the poorest areas of the congressional district that I'm privileged to serve, meaning not any more poor than some of the other places that you all represent. But the people where a lot of our 50% of our winter vegetables, 75% of our cane sugar comes from this area. And the people living there were drinking from water that looked like mud. So I spent all this time trying to get a water treatment facility. And then I go with our former chairman, Chairman Dreyer, to Iraq. And I see a water treatment facility that was identified by the CO to me as having cost, and he didn't know me, he didn't know anything about my problem, having cost $14 million. Listen, people, when we leave Afghanistan, I don't care whether what Dana Rohrabacher said or what Rich Nolan said regarding the Mujahideen. I don't know whether they became members of the Taliban, but I do know that a Taliban came into existence and is still in existence. And among the things that they did, including atrocious things to women and children, was tear down portions of the history that all of us are mindful of. I shudder to think what's going to happen, but it is going to happen whether we stay there or not. We should not lose another soul, and we should not spend another dollar on something that we cannot have assurances that we're going to have control. And yesterday when I was speaking, and I spoke about Iraq, and I talked about the fact that China had the lead in oil resources, and we have zero that we got back for our construction. It may have sounded like I was just talking from the top of my head, but then we got confirmation from other people who are saying virtually the same thing. And that's what's getting ready to happen in Afghanistan. Where is it? Anybody in here tell me, what did we gain in Iraq? And what are we gaining in Afghanistan? And I'm here to tell you that I don't think we are gaining anything. I think we are losing great respect around the world and building enemies untold for our children that are yet unborn in our great country, to be meeting these people who are going to be very angry with us for what we have done.